Hi, this is Lexus Bill, host of Drive Time on Joy 99.7 FM. Listen, you don't have to worry if you miss Drive Time or Personality Profile. It's going to be live on our podcast page. Just log on to www.myjoyonline.com/podcast. You can listen to Drive Time, Personality Profile, and any other of your favorite shows on Joy FM on that page. You don't have to miss a show at all. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
And I'm joined by two very interesting gentlemen to have a very interesting conversation about a very interesting breakfast meeting that's happening tomorrow. So I have Mr. Kojo Labi, who's a manager, communications at Stanbic Bank, and Mr. Theophilus Yate, who's an editor at Graphic Business. Good morning.
Good morning.
And of course, we're talking about the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting that's happening tomorrow. So let's start with you.
Okay.
Why the theme? The role of media in national development.
We decided to, as graphic business, as graphic communications group, with our partners, we decided that, look, this is the time to look at how to tell the African story better post-COVID.
Okay.
Because a certain narrative is out there, and anytime we talk about Africa, we are looking at the dark side of Africa. We are looking at the negative side of Africa. We are not looking at the positive side of Africa. So how can we tell our story? How can we encourage people? How can we mobilize? How can we ensure national coherence through the media? Because we recognize the role of the media in development. So this whole discussion is because we think that we can position the media as a catalyst for the socio-economic resurgence of Africa post-COVID.
Right, okay. So who are some of the speakers that we can expect?
So we have Professor Kwame Kakari, who happens to be the board chairman of the Graphic Communications Group. And besides being the board chairman, is a very, is an authority when it comes to media. So we decided that we should invite him to take part in this conversation. We also have the chief executive of ABN Holdings, which is a media group, Mr. George Chumesi. Then we have Stephen Nasei Bwedi, who is a digital marketer and also a communications expert to, be part of the conversation. The minister to join us, the Minister of Information, Mr.
Kojo
Ponkrumah, sorry. I mean it's strange.
It happens.
Mr. Kojo Ponkrumah, the Minister of Information, will also give us the keynote address and will also be part of the discussion.
Okay, sounds good. So Kojo, who is this targeted at, all of this good stuff?
My sister, thank you very much. I think the broader one will be the larger society, and then the media itself, and then everybody who has an interest in how Africa stands. Interestingly, about 10 years, 12 years ago, there was an article by one of these big media houses, and the thing was talking about Africa rising. For some strange reason, around the time that the article came out, you saw that a lot of foreign direct investment into the continent went up. What it meant was that people saw the narration about Africa in a very positive light. It made it smart for them to invest in the continent. So things were on the road for us. And then we had some hiccups, and then COVID hit. Now, as Joe was saying, how do we ensure that the narrative that is seen is positive enough to spur people on, give us hope, and so on? So the marketing communications unit, for example, or industry, will be the framers of what the story is. The media comes in because yourself and all the other guys in this sector will be the channel to get people to understand that there is belief, there's a need for belief, there's positivity around, we can make it. I come from a brand or a bank where we believe in Africa's growth, right? That's why we are in Ghana. And I also believe that, look, we need to find new ways for inspiring hope so that we can make dreams possible. That's what we stand for as a bank. So this is like a platform we are using to get people, I don't, can I have another word for conscientize? But just getting people to understand that it is possible.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Okay.
COVID or no COVID, there are many positive stories. And do you like pizza?
Well, yeah, yes.
Would you believe me if I said pizza is just bread with gravy?
Of course.
And how would you find it in the next 10, 20, 15 years if wache is on the menu in Russia or China?
That would be amazing.
It will happen because we would be projecting
Yeah.
or making people understand the great things about society. I use food as an example.
Of course.
But I'm trying to say that no matter whichever aspect of our economy you look at, there are positives that can be sold, there are narrations that we can redirect, and there are things that can get the average Ghanaian, the higher up, the stakeholders, the political leaders to all understand that we can do it.
Okay.
But let this platform be the cause or the catalyst for starting the conversation running.
Okay.
And that's the idea.
Well, that sounds really good. Usually it's a physical conference, a physical breakfast meeting. It's looking like it's a little different this year.
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
Okay.
So select number of people, you know, you have to listen to the protocols, go by the protocols. So we have a hybrid where key stakeholders will be in the hall,
Okay.
no more than 50 people.
Okay.
And then you have the virtual leg to it.
Okay.
So our partners like your unit here, the social media handles of both Stanbic and Graphic Communications Group, and then all the other partners will also be beaming it. So we'll get a chance to have the larger society to partake in the interesting conversations that will roll out tomorrow.
Okay, and of course it'll be live here on AM show and on the Super Morning show as well on Joy FM. So just before you go, Theophilus, you've done this for a few years now.
Yes.
Do you feel like the impacts that has been made has been good? And are you expecting to make more of an impact this year, especially with such an interesting topic this year? Yeah.
The impact has been good, and a key indicator is why Stanbic has still been part of this marriage all these years.
Exactly. They haven't
Yes.
divorced.
No,
they haven't divorced you.
We are still good partners. So that is one indicator, and also the fact that, like you said, it triggers a certain conversation. We normally look around and we pick topics that are not the everyday discussion, are not part of the everyday discussions. So we are looking at media and marketing communications, for example. So it can never get boring. It's only a catalyst. It just gives the platform for further discussion and also throw more light on how you can, awaken certain thinking.
Right, well, that sounds really good. We're looking forward to it more. How can people join? Those who want to join by Facebook or Instagram?
Oh, you go to Daily Graphic Facebook Live.
Okay.
We are there. And also, like you said, if you go to Stanbic website, you'll find.
You'll also be there.
So
Okay.
We are on all the social media handles.
Okay. That's
of
fantastic.
both organizations.
That's absolutely fantastic. And of course, it will be live here on the AM show as well and on the Super Morning show on Joy 99.7 FM. Thank you very much to Mr. Kojolabi and to Mr. Theophilus Yate. Remember, it's tomorrow. I'll bring you all the details right after this. And IB is coming up as well, so don't go anywhere.